In this video, I'm going to review how to use our mobile inventory management app. From this mobile app, you're able to update quantities and add new products to your inventory. The first thing we want to do is make sure all of the proper settings are enabled. So once you've logged into the back end of the POS, go to Settings in the left-hand navigation menu. I'll hover over here, Settings, and then you're going to press the General Settings tab. Once you get to this window, you're going to scroll down, and you want to scroll down to the section, these are different sections, to Stock Management. So scroll down until you see Enabled Stock Management below Stock Management. So it normally defaults disabled, so you're going to click Enabled. You're going to scroll down, you're going to press Save. And once the page refreshes, you want to scroll back down to Stock Management. Scroll down to Stock Management. And as you can see, quite a few settings are now visible. There we go. So the first setting allows you to enable or disable the stock management feature, which we just did. Allow back orders. It lets the inventory value go negative. It doesn't allow an employee to sell something that isn't in the system. The system will not let you or your employees sell it. Allow quantity increments. This feature is not commonly used. We really don't recommend using it without confirmation from Acadia that this feature functions the way you need it to. It allows you to define the quantity increment in which a product is sold. So for example, if you want to sell something in quantities of 20, you don't need to swipe right 20 times to increase the quantity in the POS. A window will pop up and allow you to enter that quantity. Allow custom stock type. It lets you define the different types of stock. So maybe the stock type is pallets, grams, pounds, and so forth. Stock type values. This is directly connected to this feature that you would enable. It allows you to enter the values for that stock type. So whenever you have a stock management enabled, you're able, and you are in the items page, there's an icon with 4 squares that appears. And this icon is specifically for inventory management. And within that window, once the values are entered into this field, you'll be able to select what type of stock product it is. So let's say you have a bunch of general products, but certain products need to be measured a bit differently. So here is where you would enter, the specific values like grams, pounds, pallets, and so forth. And once you press that icon with the 4 squares, you'll be able to select from a drop-down menu what stock type value that product should be defined as. Allow displaying stock amount in POS. It allows you to display how much of each item is in stock. Allow send to waste in POS if you want something out of stock but it wasn't sold. This one allows you to waste a product maybe expired, just never sold. Default back orders on new products. If you enable allow back orders, you always want to enable this setting. If you don't enable this, you'll manually have to enable the back order setting within each product edit window. And purchase orders is just an alternative method to inputting products into the system and associating those products with a specific order from a vendor. And multiple barcodes is pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to associate multiple barcodes with a particular product. Just to give you a quick glimpse of what the stock management feature looks like on the back end, we're going to go over to the items page. Let's press items. And as you scroll down, up and down, you'll see the icon I mentioned earlier with the 4 squares in the center. This is the stock management feature. So you're going to go ahead and press that. And when that window pops up, generally it'll be completely empty. And that's because there's a setting that we're going to have to enable in the back end. So go ahead and press close. Go back over to settings on the left-hand side. And instead of going to general settings, this time we're going to go to locations. And as you can see, we only have one location associated with this store. So let's press the edit location. And we're going to scroll down. You can fill out that information. When we scroll down, the most important part for us is the warehouse. So here right now, none is selected. We're going to select demo store. So we'll always have the same name as this location. If you have multiple locations, you can choose which one is you consider your warehouse where all your stock is based out of. And select demo store and press save changes. Now we're going to go back to the items page and press the inventory management icon or stock management icon on one of those products. So let's do for pumpkin. So when you click it, now you have 3 different fields. For quantity, so this is how many individual pieces of the item you have. Quantity increments, just leave that 1 if you are not planning on selling by different quantity values. And type, here is, so although we have that setting enabled in the back end, we never actually entered a value for that. So you can return to the settings and enter those values in the field associated with the stock type values, so like, grams, pounds, and so forth. Now that we've enabled the stock management features, let's focus on syncing the store to the mobile app and adding and modifying products from that app. The first thing we need to do is make sure we have an API key set up, and if we do, then we need to grab that key because we will need it for the mobile app. So let's exit out of this window, go ahead and press close. Go over to the left-hand side, select settings. We're going to go back to the settings, but this time we're going to scroll down and select API keys and integrations. Go ahead and press that tab, and in this window, you'll see at the top there's a Manage API Keys section. Here we already have an API key set up, but in the case that you don't have one or you just want to create one specifically for the mobile app, you're going to go ahead and press New API Key in the upper right-hand corner. When the window pops up, you'll see that an API key has already been auto-generated. Feel free to change this if you want, or you can just use this. And under permissions, you'll be able to select the permissions that the device associated with that API key will have access to. So for the sake of this training, we're going to select full access, and we're going to press Save Changes. And now you can see this new API key. So definitely keep note of this API key. Maybe keep this window open because you will need it for the mobile app. So once you open the Acadia Inventory Management app, and if you've already set it up, you'll see at the center of your screen the name of the store and the words "No product selected." To make sure that all the settings are correct, or if this is your first time setting up the app, press the gear icon in the lower right-hand corner. In this window, you'll see several options. If this is your first time setting it up, it'll be completely blank. So the first option is to enter the API key. Here I've already set it up. So this is the key that we created in the back end. The default location, depending on how many locations you have, you're going to select the location most relevant to the inventory that you're trying to manage at this time. If you only have one location, that's the only one that's going to show up. We're going to look at the default category. You can choose any one of these. It won't make a difference. Press done. It won't make a difference because you'll be able to edit those as you add or edit products. So the default tax class, I'm just going to select restaurant sales tax for now. And here you can enable or disable to show the cost field, so you can enter as you go that cost of the particular product that you're adding the inventory for. So I'm going to leave that all active, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. So now I'm still back at the screen. And like I said, if this is your first time setting it up, the center of the screen will then display the store or the location that you are collecting this inventory information for. First, let's try to create a new product. Press the scan button on the left-hand side and scan the barcode of the product you want to add. Let's press scan, and there we go, it scanned it. And so if there's no product in the POS associated with that barcode, the barcode would just appear under create, and the words not found will follow it. So we have the 43000 and so forth, followed by not found. Press create, and here we'll be able to enter some information on that product if it doesn't exist already. So here we have the barcode at the top. Make sure that the category is selected. So I'm just going to select vegetables for now. It defaulted to breakfast, but let's just so you know that you can change that. That's how you do it. You just select a different category. And let's call this squash for now. Call that squash. Let's say the price is, $2. Cost was 50 cents. You're going to press done and press save. So here your quantity is still 0. So here you see the squash under demo store. You can always change that name. Just press edit. And let's say I want to fix that. So this S is capital, squash, press done, press save. And there you go. It'll reflect those changes. You can also press edit to change the price and the cost as well. Go back. And now we want to add a quantity. So let's change it to, let's say we have 10 of these. We have 10. And press save. And now you'll see a success message, and that lets us know that this squash was added and that we have a quantity of 10 and the information that we need is still here. Now let's say you want to confirm that the squash was added or the product. There are two ways that you can do this, and the first way is right here on this app. Just scan a random barcode because right now we're still in the product. Obviously, if you close the app out, this would be blank. But let's just say you're still in the app and you just want to double check. Just scan a random barcode. So here I have one. It's scanned that, and as you can see, this barcode is not associated with any product. It really doesn't matter if that product is associated with a product, just as long as you're scanning something other than the squash. So now we have that appear. Now let's scan this barcode for the squash again. Let's pull that up, and there we go. And as you can see, right underneath the store name, the squash title has appeared, as well as the quantity associated with it. So we had enter a quantity of 10, and that's what we see right there. You can press edit to confirm that all those values that we added earlier were there. You can make changes to it. You can change the category. And once that's done, or if you're not changing, if you're just going to go back, just go back. And that is how you are able to confirm that the product was added and those changes were in fact made to that particular product. Finally, let's look at the back end of the POS to confirm that the product is there and the quantity is correct. We're going to go to items in the navigation menu. So we're going to select items, and the first product we see is the squash. So let's go ahead and press that stock management icon with the 4 squares. And look, now we have the quantity of 10. The increments are still 1 because we never actually worked with that. And the type, we also didn't set any values, didn't create any values either for the type of product type. So here we have the quantity, and just go ahead and press close. And so like in the app, we did enter other values. So we entered like price, we entered cost. We're gonna go ahead and press this edit icon right here. And here we have the product name, the category, vegetables, the default tax class. And keep in mind, you can change all this right here. You can change around the app. It doesn't matter which place you change it, it will always sync. And here we have the price. So we have $2 was the price. This is the barcode that we scanned and associated with this product. And here we have the cost. Again, you can change all this information here if you need to, or you can change it on the app itself. And we're gonna go ahead and press close. And there you go. So that is how you add and edit the quantity of a product, how you add a new product, check if you already have a product in stock, and modify those different values associated with that product.